Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I'm going to be talking about Gears of War Judgment. It's been kind of a while since I did some Gears of War over here on my main channel, so I feel like, now's the time to talk about some of the things that have been, flying around the Gears community and some information that's been leaked. A lot of people are kind of upset with it, but I'm going to tell you my thoughts about the entire thing. So it's been confirmed that Gears of War Judgment is going to be released with only 4 game types. Overrun, which I did a video about, which is the new game type where you can control both the Locust and the Cog, controlling the Berserkers and all that stuff. So it's kind of like how Horde mode and Beast mode, if you just kind of mash them together, that's what it would be. So then on top of that, you have free for all, which we had a look at, and then a new game type that they're going to be adding into the game, which technically isn't really a new game type. It's called Domination. It's much like the Call of Duty Domination and Team Deathmatch, which of course is the game type that's the most played in Gears of War 3 as of right now. And my thoughts about the entire thing is that it's kind of losing its originality. It's starting to move towards different games, such as Call of Duty. The game types are very Call of Duty-ish. There's even rumors going around saying that there's no downs anymore, which is one of the main things that made Gears of War very unique. And I think that's why a lot of people really enjoyed the first Gears of War and why they think it was the best game. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Gears of War 1 had more bugs, more problems, especially connection issues, than Gears of War 3 ever had. But people like Gears of War 1 more because it was new, it was fresh, it was something that you've never seen before. I can't honestly tell you that there were any type of game that I could go play and have it feel like Gears of War 1 back when that was the only Gears of War out. And that's something that Gears of War is lacking now, originality. It's starting to feel like all these other games. And I don't know why so many gaming companies are trying to push their game towards a Call of Duty. Of course, obviously money being a huge reason for that, because the more people that can play the game and do well at it, the more the people are going to buy it. Gears of War has always been a game where you can't just pick it up and be good at it. You have to put countless hours into it, not only to get the movements down, but to get good at the game. And that's the difference between maybe like, a Call of Duty or other games like that. I'm not saying you can be good at Call of Duty right away, but it is definitely, easier controls, easier to get kills. It's just an easier game overall, which is why it's one of the most popular games in the world. And I feel like I'm ranting about this, but anyways, so I honestly think that it's not, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't play Execution or Warzone like I did in the first Gears of War. I mainly just play TDM. I'll play King of the Hill with my friends once in a while. And there's something about just always like spawning right away that I like. And I feel like Gears of War 3 is different because of that. Back in Gears of War 1, when you had Execution and Warzone and Assassination, you had to be very careful with what you did because one mistake could cost your team the round. Every gunfight was very important because of the fact that you could only live one time. So with TDM and all these other game types that are going to be coming out, it's almost like less excitement during the gunfight, but more excitement when you have other things going on. But I feel like it's really too soon to make a decision on the game. A lot of people are just set in stone, boom, that the game is going to be terrible, this and that, and we can't really make that assumption until the game is in our hands, until we try it out. Because don't forget, people are complaining that there's only going to be 3 game types released, including Overrun, that's 4. But in Gears of War 1, there was only 3 game types, and then later they added Annex. So maybe it's a good change. We don't know until we actually try. And I saw some of the people that got to go try Gears of War Judgment, including like Arctic, saying that they're disappointed with the fact that, Execution and all those those one spawn game types are going to be taken out. Yet when they went to test the game at the Epic Games headquarters, they didn't mention anything about it. That's just kind of strange to me, why you know, you test a game and you realize that there's no execution or no war zone anywhere on the game, you would think that you would start to raise some questions. And I'm just kind of confused why they're just now talking about how disappointed they are when they had the opportunity to tell the developers, listen, you know, this is a game type that's been around, and since Gears of War 1, it wouldn't be the same without it. You know, we're not going to have any game types for competitive play. And they just never said anything about it. I'm just very confused with that. But I do think Gears of War Judgment is going to be a good game. I feel like it's going to be a little different with the controller scheme and kind of a different look for Gears, but until we actually play the game, you never really know. And in that game, or that clip right there, I had no ammo in my shotgun, so I was clicking at this guy to give me some ammo, and he got up and got killed. So I skipped to the third round. I only showed the first and the third round. The second round was pretty boring except for that part. That's why I put that in there. So I think Gears of War Judgment comes 2 days before we go to PAX East in March, so I'm going to have to crank out a bunch of gameplays before I go. I'm sure Yamimash and Landon and Iceman are going to do the same thing, but I'm pretty excited for the new sniper rifle that they're adding. You know, they still might add some game types like they did for Gears of War 3, but one thing that it's going to do is with only a couple of game types, it's going to make it so that there's more people playing those game types. You know, when there's a lot of different game types that there were, like, you know, they had at one point they had like 15 different playlists or something like that. There was basically players scattered in all those different game types, and it felt very almost segregated from the rest of the people playing TDM because it was so popular. So with this, there's going to be a lot more rooms. There's going to be a lot more I guess just population in those game types. So I'm not completely sure this is a good thing for Gears of War. I'm just looking at it from a casual standpoint because I am a casual player. I just like to play this game for fun. But it does seem that they're catering not only to the casual multiplayer players like myself, they're really catering to those people who play single player and who are going to want to try Overrun. And Overrun's a new thing, so they're putting a lot of time in it for sure. And I don't know. I'm just going to sit back and see how it goes. And I'm obviously going to just continue to make videos on it. I'll let you guys know my honest opinions. That's one thing about me is if I don't enjoy a game, no matter how many views, look at War Z for example. I think I got over 500,000 views just on the videos I posted alone. And I haven't played War Z in about 4 weeks because I don't care about the views. If I don't enjoy a game, I'm not going to play it. And that's one thing that I've noticed over time is that when I forced myself to play games that I didn't want to play, my content went way down. And that's why I really thank the majority of you who watch my videos no matter what game I play, because you realize that as well. I just want to play games that I enjoy or play games that interest me. I've been posting a lot of Amnesia over here, and some of you have been very supportive of that, so I thank you for that as well. So if you haven't checked that out, go to my channel. There's a lot of Amnesia scary videos where I do it with my friend, and there's some awesome reactions in there. So I'm going to be doing a lot more scary videos. I'm also going to bring back the DayZ. I haven't played DayZ too much. Going to mix in some League of Legends. I took like 2 weeks off of League of Legends, and I got kind of, I don't know, like I got unaddicted. I was very addicted to it, and ever since I got unaddicted, I haven't really had the urge to play it that much because I know how addicting the game is. So anyways, this game's pretty much wrapping up. This was just a nice little quick match gameplay I had. This was actually the first game back. I played 1 match on trenches, and then this was the first match that I started picking up the sniper rifle. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, and if you have any type of comment or anything to add to what I've said here today, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section. I want to hear your opinions about Gears of War Judgment, what you think. Like I said, with taking out downs and all this other stuff, they're really losing the originality of Gears. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We don't know until we actually play the game. But anyways, I've been Like Butter, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.